Well, in the world of sports, raising a son or a daughter from the little leagues all the way to the pros can be extremely taxing job for parents.
I can't even imagine. One that requires money, time, patience, all of it. In part two of his special report, Daniel Chiarelli sat down with the Staal family. He's here tonight. The Staals, Daniel, just have an incredible story.
That's right, Dana and Laura. I traveled north of the border to sit down with the Staal family to hear their story of being a longtime hockey family and how they managed to raise multiple kids that made it to the big leagues. Athletes around the world encounter outside competition every day. But imagine competing against your own family.
But it's not totally 24/7 them. It's not all about me, because you've got three brothers.
Meet Henry and Linda Staal. Out on a sod farm in Thunder Bay, Ontario, these two hard-nosed parents raised 4 sons who all made it to the NHL.
Thursday after school, we'd start with 4 guys in 4 different tournaments, some out of town, whatever, even if it was in town. And then, you know, you'd come Sunday night and you'd look at each other and say, oh, hi, we're insane.
The Staal brothers, Eric, Marc, Jordan, and Jared. Their stories begin like most in the Northland on a homemade outdoor rink.
Like mid-November, every day they come home from school and, is the rink ready yet? Is the rink ready yet? And they would just spend hours out there, just playing.
We had lights, you know, and tried to, you know, shut them off, or I'd give them like 10 minutes and then to come in, and then they didn't. So then I would shut the lights off and they would still go. They loved it there. And you know, sometimes you just think, oh, okay, just let them go for a little bit longer, and then eventually they'll come in. They'll be hungry or frozen.
And that's where the competition began.
Okay, we're on the outdoor rink. Eric's pretty good, but I'm not as good as he is. And it just, and so I think mentally it really helped them to know that it's possible.
But this success story also has roots in the family business, with all 4 Staal brothers working on the farm over the summer, and that hard work off the ice translated on the ice in no time.
All our boys, they made money. They wanted to buy something, and they had to earn it. So it was kind of a life lesson, too.
They've always kind of been leaders, even when they were younger. On their little league team, they were always had a C or something.
The odds of 4 brothers all making it to the highest professional hockey league and having prolonged success is unimaginable. But it all came to a head 10 years ago.
Carolina for New York Rangers hockey.
I was just petrified that game. I don't know, petrified, just nervous, just like on the edge of my seat. It was crazy, you know. Starting lineup.
And McDonough and the 3 Staal brothers. Eric, number 12, Jordan, number 11, Jared, number 13, start the game.
It was unfortunate they played the Rangers and Marc was there, but he was injured.
And after Stanley Cups, Olympic golds, team records, and much more, the Staals are closer to the tail ends of their careers. But that doesn't mean they lose their connection to home and the values Henry and Linda instilled in them.
You know, yeah, I mean, the ultimate goal for any kid is to play in NHL, but for us, it was always try to enjoy where they're at. Yeah, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, don't worry about it.
He's in the NHL, but it still feels like he's in junior, or just going for Francis or something, and just sitting in the car with him talking about hockey. That
doesn't change. That doesn't change from the time they're 8 or 9 to the time they're 39. It's been fun.
And while Eric and Jared Staal are not currently on an NHL roster, their brothers Marc and Jordan are still playing in the pros with the Flyers and Hurricanes respectively, searching for one last Stanley Cup to bring home to Thunder Bay and their family.
Wow, what an incredible story, Daniel. Thank you for sharing that. And one of the things we're curious about is, were the parents, did they have hockey in their bloodlines? Like, how do you raise 4 children that all go to the NHL?
So I know, talking to them, they like every Canadian or northern Minnesotan kid, played a little growing up, but they didn't play, you know, collegiately or professionally. I will say, having met them, they're both very tall, so I can say maybe genetically they had a bit of an advantage. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't imagine one kid seeing that journey. Like you said, money, time, effort for the parents, but having 4 and seeing them all be successful is just awesome.
You see parents in the stands of professional sporting events all the time. Just, they look like a nervous wreck. Imagine having 4 kids in one game, in an NHL game.
And that was something that stuck out too, was they told me on the weekend when they were younger, they would make a schedule to kind of be able to make every game and make sure that one kid kind of didn't feel slighted or one kid felt like the favorite. So can only imagine the gas mileage on that family
Two
car as
parents
well.
split 4 games, practices, and
Seriously.
everything.
Insane.